Howdy, howdy, this is Mr. Potter. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking a little bit more about Scratch, but one of the things that I really want to emphasize today that this is supposed to be an exploring activity. So we're supposed to be discovering stuff. So I know I'm going to show you some things on here, but the whole purpose of this activity is for you to mess around and play with stuff. Just realize that in Scratch, we can't break anything. We're just going to play around and see what happens. So we're going to go to our Scratch website. That's at scratch.mit.edu. And we talked last time about how to create an account. So I've got my account here, and I'm going to hit the Create button. This Create button is going to allow me to create an activity. So I'm going to create here, and we're back at our normal default screen. Here's our little Scratch cat right here. Our blank template here. There's two things I wanted to notice here. Number one is I noticed that I can create new sprites. So I can either choose from an existing sprite. And there's lots of different existing sprites I could do. So I could have a beetle if I wanted to, and have this beetle and this cat interact. Or, because I see a file here, I could actually upload a picture. There's Mr. Potter. So I could have him be someone that participates as well. And of course, I could take a picture here using my webcam. I'm not going to do that. Y'all don't need to see me. But the other thing is that over here you see this stage and it has one backdrop. And I see those same icons. So I can click here and choose a backdrop from the library. So I could choose a brick wall if I wanted, or any of these other ones. So there's my brick wall. And my cat and my bug and myself are interacting out on the street. But I can also upload. So you know what? I want to be at O'Connor. So here I am, uploading the image, and here's O'Connor. So now we can have action taking place at O'Connor. So some really interesting stuff that we can do here. And if I don't want all of these people on here, I can right click and I can choose to hide. So we'll go ahead and hide the beetle. It'll just be me and the cat. And I can switch back and forth between these backdrops just by clicking on them. I can even go back to our plain Jane background that we started with at the beginning. Or I could change its colors. Oh, there's some colors down here. Let's see. Can I doodle on here? Will that show up on the background? Yeah. So I can actually draw on this little template down here, and it will show up on the background. But I'm going to go ahead and erase that because that's just, it's kind of boring. Let's make a bigger eraser. And we'll just go with what they got. So I've got these sprites that I can play with. I've got backdrops that I can play with. And then if I click on sounds, I can actually record a sound. Now they already have one sound recorded here. It's pop. So there's pop. But I can record other sounds. So what I can do is click on this mic, or I can upload a sound if there's a brief music file that I want to put on here. I'm going to go ahead and upload a sound. We've been having problems with the bells at school lately, so I'm going to create my bell sound. Let's record here. I'm going to allow it access to my microphone. Boop! And there we go. There's my bell sound. If I play it, watch your ears. It's a little loud. What I want to do is I want to get rid of all this dead space in front. So I'm going to click and drag. And I'm going to choose Edit and Cut. And that's going to cut all that front stuff off. And then everything after the p and boop, I'm going to cut that as well. And it was kind of loud. I wonder if I can make this softer. So I'm going to highlight the whole thing, choose softer, and maybe it's not going to be as loud. That's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and change the volume just a little bit. It's still kind of loud. I'm going to make that a little bit softer. So there's our bell. So we'll call this boop. So now, not only do I have images that I can play with, either the sprites that I'm going to be manipulating or the backdrops. Let me switch back to backdrops so we'll get that brick wall back. But I've also got sounds that I could do. So I'm going to take O'Connor and I'm going to hide this cat. So let's go ahead and right click to hide. And I'm going to put myself right here. And I'm going to make a little action here. So I'm going to go to scripts. And what I want to do is go to events. Now events are where special things can happen. Remember that we've got our go flag here. So I can set this up so that whenever the go flag is clicked, everything that's in this chain of commands, this chain of blocks, will be executed. So I'm going to put some stuff in here. So I'm going to take that sound that we just created, and I'm going to put it here. And this drop-down menu should allow me to choose, come on, I thought I had other sounds here. There's pop. I don't have boop here anymore. I must not have saved that sound. Let's record it real quick. Boop. So I try not to do it so loud. Let's get rid of the front stuff. Cut. The back stuff. Cut. And is it? Yeah, it's not bad. So let's call that boop. So there's our boop sound. We also have a sound library, so we could... Ooh, some creepy, interesting stuff here. Lots of stuff to play with, and the whole idea here is that you can experiment to your heart's content. So I'm going to go back to our scripts, and now I've got this boop sound, and then I want to say something. So I'm going to go over here to looks, and we've got this say. So instead of saying hello, I want to say, oh no. And it's going to hold that oh no in a little bubble for about 2 seconds. Then I'm going to say something else. I'm going to say, I'm late for class. It's going to say that for another 2 seconds. And then I want to walk to JBuilding. So I'm going to put some motion here and glide. Now, it says glide 1 second. I want to take 4 seconds. I don't want to just immediately go there. And JBuilding's over here. If I look down here at my X and Y coordinates, JBuilding's going to be about 142 and 42. So let's make that 142 and 42. And so I've got a little problem here. So let's play it and see what happens. Oh no, I'm late for class. And then I walk over to JBuilding. Awesome. So I encourage you to please try and put something together, make some programs in here, look and see what each of these things do. In our last video, we talked about motion, we talked about pin, and we talked about control where we could do something forever. But maybe I just want to do something a few times. Maybe I don't want to wait for a while until I do something else. So there's lots of stuff you can do here. Please, please, please just grab blocks, see what they do, experiment, experiment, experiment. So once again, this is Mr. Potter. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.